Hey, Nigerians, here we are. It's not as if I don't have the trust in the government of Tinunbu. God told me before now, which I have earlier released. I was about 4 years ago how the government, how things will go, and I am confident that somehow they will pull through. But God also told me that after him, a president is coming. And that president is going to do great and turn Nigeria to be super, beyond our wildest imagination. But I remember telling people in church earlier this year to save and get ready because things are likely to get tougher, and that a careless mistake by this government, not the president, but those working with him, may plunge the nation into a harder and harder hardship. I'm here today not talking about whether the hardship or not the hardship, because all we are praying as servants of God is for things to work well, for Nigeria to get better. I mean, there is no, once anybody is a president, we have to just pray for him. I say, but globally, this government is beginning to act like what we know globally. Once a government is losing popularity, losing grip of governance, losing grip of getting things to work, the next thing globally they do is they resort to intimidation. And it's the first time to show that probably the think tank team is not sure whether things will improve. So I want to speak to those who are in this government and those who are advising him. I have lived in Lagos and I have studied Mr. President for a very long time. Some of the footprints now are not like his. Anyone who knows him can tell you that. Yes, he's a man who is an ardent politician, but he's not a desperate person. He's somebody who is not very desperate over things that way. He has his own approach to issues. But I believe there are too many wrong people around Mr. President who are definitely doing wrong and doing things very badly wrong, and just want to be in power by all means. And some of these handwritings on the wall are not his. They are not his and can never be his. I don't know how Ajero will be arrested, and one of the charges is that he's sponsoring terrorism. Are you sure? We had that on CBN governor, sponsoring terrorism. Are you sure? How rich is the NLC chairman to sponsor terrorism? The most painful thing about this is that when you see a government or some leaders doing this, it's not just because they want to secure themselves in power or intimidate people, but it's a sign that they don't know what to do, they don't have an option. See, when you have an answer, when you are very sure what you are likely to do, and you are sure that you are going to surprise the people with wonderful results, you keep quiet and let the results speak. When intimidation begins to come like this, the searching of Sarah, the intimidation, we are hearing rumors of arresting Aisha Yusuf, we are hearing rumors of NSAS protests. When did we start all this? I mean, this is a president and other people who massively with former President Buhari, and I remember Latter Days Assembly Pastor Tunde Bakare, Pastor Diboy, and so many. I mean, they marched, they did so much. Nobody persecuted them, nobody did it. Jonathan didn't do anything. I kept telling people then that Jonathan will be remembered in Nigeria as the Nigerian president who set a standard for the new pattern of governance. The same thing we see in advanced countries in terms of liberty. And this is one area we don't want anybody to tamper with any longer. Nobody should take us back. Buhari took us almost 80% anti-clockwise. President Tinunbu is an enlightened person, a well-traveled man, and I don't expect him to do the same. Please, Mr. President, don't add more tension to the wire. You don't know what is happening out there. The most unfortunate thing about your governance is that everybody you appointed are politicians, core politicians who have been stealing money all their years. They don't even know what Nigerians are passing through. And I think one of the reasons Obasanjo did very well is because he brought in people who were not part of politics, who were not part of the military regime, who did not have money. So they were directly coming from the suffering masses. They knew what the suffering masses were passing through. You have a lot of people around you who live in denial, who are already talking as if they are little gods. I think sometimes I am of the opinion that some of the people in government need to see doctors. There should be a standard test and to rule out that we don't have megalomaniacs in our system, people who are power crazy around any leader in our country, be it a state governor, a local government chairman. Please, all these arrests DSS is doing now, they did it during the time of Buhari, partly during the time of Jonathan, but not up to this level. Please, let them stop. We all owe this Nigeria. We all owe this Nigeria. There's no person owes this Nigeria personally. It's our collective asset. Anybody we elected into power is to manage our collective wealth. It's so painful when the owners of the asset are suffering. And you see people who come to the television and exhibit an unusual wealth, who manifest an unusual power, who are not think to talk as if they are custodians of greatest level of intelligence. I mean, it's an insult on us. And it's so painful that you are forgetting that it's not the whole Nigerian that voted this government into power. We are so forgetting that this is a government of tolerance. This government should have been running by just bringing everybody in. Please. We are Nigerians, whether we are northerners, whether we are southerners, whether we are southwest, southeast, south, middle, wherever we come from. The average Nigerian want to breathe. We are not breathing, sir. We are not breathing. Maybe they are not telling you real fact. Indomie, spaghetti used to be just 90 naira. 90 naira a year and some fraction ago, or 120 naira. That same spaghetti today is 1,200. I don't know how you calculate inflation. Rice, a derica of rice in Lagos used to cost about 300 naira. Just a year and some fraction ago, the same derica of rice today is costing 2,300 naira to 3,000 naira. I just want you to know, a plastic of gari used to cost 400 naira to 600 naira. That same plastic of gari is going for 4,000 to 3,000, 3,004 to 4,000 naira. The issue is people don't even have that money to buy. Families are dying. We can't eat. Many of us eat once now a day. They are not telling you the truth. All the things you are sharing. In fact, I was called by somebody who was in Calabar to share some of the things you gave. Politicians are the contractors. The same people who are stealing so much, what do they need this money for? Just to buy Nigerians for next election? These things are not reaching anybody. Nobody is telling you the truth. This nation will implode. And when it implodes, The military can't kill all of us. The police can't arrest all of us. This nation is over 250 million people. It will be too bad to look. A hungry man is an angry man. You don't know how badly the hunger is. No light, we can't buy fuel for our generators. In this compound where I am now, nobody drives their car out from Monday to Sunday. Some only put little fuel just to go to church and come back. Are you reducing us to what? What have you turned our life into? Please, change this team. Go and bring men who are not politicians. Bring men and women who are not politicians. Bring them into governance. Just somebody who has stolen so much from a state, who is already used to billions, and they just waste money anyhow. So that this nation, I know you mean well. I'm quite confident you mean well. At this age where you are and level you fought in politics, you won't want to have a bad legacy. Nobody will. What are you looking for money for? All your children are already wealthy. What are you looking for money for? Are you intending to sponsor anybody again into politics or being president after being a president? Of course, no. Capital, no. After serving your term, that's it. You become a father of a nation and an advisor, just like former presidents. Be one of the presidents that will be remembered because you are taking us worse than we have ever had. This is my sincere advice to Mr. President. I will always respect you. Not only that you are an elder statesman, you've paid your price in this nation. You've been a good man. You fought these things that are happening to the people now. You once stood for the people. Why are you now turning against us? You are once chased about. You ran away from this nation as an Adeko official. Why are you now doing the same thing? Does power infuse change in character? I wish somebody will send this to Mr. President. We may have not voted you, but you are there, we still love you. If you rule well, we will love you. If there is rejection, it's because things are not working well. People marry a wife that is rejected by their family. When the character of that woman or that man is good, the people will accept him. One thing is for sure. If anybody tries to rig election again or do what happened in 2023, this nation will not be easy. If this suffering continues, Nigeria is full of highly educated and volatile young men, who some of them are making money through both good and bad means. You don't go and get a psychologist and ask them what mental attitude dynamics resource into when changes like this. People are polarized, especially when they have capacity. It doesn't all go well. God bless you.